Hello guys, this is Symbol Guy, and welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy. I'm gonna continue on with Natsai Onai's storyline, so that way we can finally be ready for the end of year feast.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hog's Head. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Let's see, we're gonna find
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Okay, let's check out Hogsmeade. 3 broomsticks. Ooh.
Revelio! Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife.
Oh
The
boy.
note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
What kind of help?
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Of course.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Isco's a pretty nice name.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. It's not too late.
Agreed.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other 2 friends.
Wait, what am I doing?
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check that.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I
Voldemort?
hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note?
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill.
What have you been doing to keep the...
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my...
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack.
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Not unless Rosie chooses you over him.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous.
Understood.
Okay,
Now
move
hurry
on.
off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
I wonder.
Revelio.
That's what I thought.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had
Dulcibella.
just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Okay, let's find Natsai.
It's not like Natty to be late.
Uh-oh.
She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
The Hog's Head?
Revelio!
I had no idea this was here.
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Wait a minute.
Natty's wand.
Uh-oh.
She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
I kind of want to see what this wand looks like. Oh man, I can't look at it up close. Oh well. Alright, let's go find Natty.
Revelio!
That's a lot of footsteps.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
What?
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her.
I need to find her quickly. That's what I was about to say until I interrupted
This led
myself.
to this room. There must be another way forward.
What does this do?
A hidden door.
Nice.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Someone must have taken inspiration from Hufflepuff in order to make that hidden entrance.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
R? For Rookwood? For Rookwood? Oh boy.
Revelio!
Better be quick. Oh boy. Nice. What is going on? Okay, I am out of practice. If I get interrupted one more time... Why did I do that? Gosh! Oh my gosh! Everyone is attacking me all at once! I'm gonna try something. Wait, what? Ah! Which one? I thought that was oh no, what did I do? Did I get these mixed up? Let me see if I can complete that dueling feat.
What are your thoughts on electricity?
Here we go. Let's just wait.
Quite conductive, aren't we? Bombarda. Expulsion.
Oh, after. Gosh, what's wrong with me?
Might want to look up.
There we go.
Expulsion.
That took longer than it needed. What was that sound?
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Indeed. Let's see what's in here.
Revelio.
What is with all this? Is this for the sake of stealth or something?
He must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do.
Okay.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife.
Isco.
How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells.
Of course.
Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Okay, let's
Your friend
find the
Natty
wand.
was not able to
Revelio.
summon it. It must be blocked by something.
Bombarda! Incendio!
There we go.
I can tell.
Revelio! Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there.
There we go.
Aloha Mora. Mr. Rabe's wand must be nearby to get it from his cell. Mr. Rabe's wand! He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Good point.
Lumos.
Now save Natty. Okay, let's go.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to
Revelio.
your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
I want to find a love
Be
letter.
prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Revelio.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. Just one coin? Yeesh.
Revelio. Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Lumos.
Find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow
Once and for all. I hate interruptions. There you are.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And
Lumos.
you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, they've also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
Oh,
My
great.
mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
New instruments are expensive, you know.
What's next? I wonder... Wonder if I can find honeydukes without help. There it is.
Revelio.
A cat shop? I figured it was one of those chests. Let me see how much time I have left. Wow, it's only been 26
Hogsmeade,
minutes.
here I come.
Let's help out Poppy this time. I have to wait until level 34 to do this. Let's go over here. Boom, right in front of the covered bridge. I wonder.
Revelio.
I can't believe I haven't popped those balloons yet. You know what? Nice. Wow, the clock tower looks really nice at night. There's one more thing I want to do. In order to get a trophy, I have to use Flipendo on some cows. Cow tipping, basically. And I have to do it 10 times.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
But where can I find some cows? Yikes. I'm finding sheep, but no cows. Scarecrow. Oh. Well, wait, that's a buffalo. Or is it a cow? It's hard to tell. Sorry. Wrong spell. Okay. Cow. I can't believe I'm doing this. Come on. Haven't I already done enough times already? There we go. Spilled milk trophy. Okay, so let's move on. Flying through the trees, probably not safe. Okay, now let's meet Poppy.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you
No.
mean? Is she alright?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
Yikes.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's alright. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do
Oh,
you mean?
great.
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
The Snidget, the inspiration for the golden snitch.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, people. That's why why Snidgets are nearly extinct, because Quidditch has been killing them a lot. You can't safely grab a Snidget without killing it with your bare hand.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Where exactly are these Snidgets?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran
Yeah.
wants me to stay out of it. But I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon. But the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much as...
Merlin's beard! You're a genius!
Yep.
The Centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Centaurs aren't known for being the friendliest lot.
To wizards, at
Especially
least.
not with wizard kind, and not right now.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high.
Gee, I
Still,
wonder
I
who's
think
all
they
this
may
at.
be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan. I hate to see a creature get attacked, but trolls have no business in Hogsmeade.
Guess I'll have to wait for a response from Poppy. I'll just move back. I'll just revolve back to Natty. Whoa. She's in the Great Hall.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
It's sad to see the Christmas decorations go away.
Ah, I have been meaning to speak with
I
you.
still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today.
Come
My
on,
mother and I
Eddie.
tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Okay.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence.
Hope you're right.
My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders. Rookwood is already gone. Harlow will be next. We are making progress, and we will succeed.
Let's do this.
Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Is that it? Let me try this. That's weird. That coat of arm is blank.
Some days are more difficult than others.
Natty,
There are times when my father's absence drifts to the back of my mind. And I feel peace for a day or two. But this is not one of those times. I miss him. I miss running with him. I miss Matabeleland. He should still be here. And it's my fault that he isn't.
it's not your fault, Natty. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it.
That is what my mother says. But he died protecting me. and I cannot help but feel guilty over that. I find myself reliving the moment more often than I would like. I believe I would feel less helpless if I could truly put an end to Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's miserable lot. Of course, you have put an end to Rookwood. And Ranrock. You've done a great deal of... With Harlow on the prowl, there can be no real peace. Each day he remains free, he does more damage, leaving people like Archie Bickle to suffer the consequences.
I agree, Natty. We'll get him. I've never seen someone so committed to a cause.
Thank you for speaking with me. It was very helpful.
Okay, let's do this again, because something's got to happen. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. The Forbidden Forest. Surprise, surprise. There she is. That was easy.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the Centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so
Oh boy.
it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
I'm not sure about this. I can't imagine they're fond of being surprised.
We don't have a choice if we want to help the Snidgets. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
Oh
That's
boy.
right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure it'll all be fun.
Centaurs! Things are about to get real. What are they, motorcyclists circling us like this?
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No!
What?
Never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
She's a kid! What are you doing?
Leave them be, Alec.
Thank you!
We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
He's no different from Ranrock, hating humankind more than his own kind.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them.
Finally.
They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Isn't Moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing Centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well,
Yeah.
if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Revelio.
This is a nice spot in the Forbidden Forest.
I hate to see a creature get put down like that. Trolls have no business.
Speaking of Moonstone.
Lumos.
Ah. There we go.
Knowing the meat he's likely studied here.
Hope it's not too late for me to do this. Draco. Huh. This is the constellation that Draco Malfoy was named after. Let's see. No. Ooh. Those are all the creatures. Hold on. Challenges. This is what I want. I'm not so sure if I'm gonna like that broomstick. Ooh. Alright, so that's what I want. Anything else? Oh yeah, I remember winning this. Phoenix statue. Cool. I think that's all of them. Oh my. Going all the way down here, Natty?
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this. Time for a jaunt, I'd say. Faster!
Are you ready to finish Harlow?
Let me see how much time I have left. Only 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna stop the video here, guys. Thank you all for watching. This was Symbol Guy. Please like and
Are you ready
subscribe.
to finish Harlow?